Hello, and welcome back to Wisdom Warriors. A big thank you to our subscribers, and we'd like to welcome any new subscribers. Today, we are going to talk about health and well-being, and Jackie's going to do the introduction.
So health and well-being refer to mind, body and spirit. And they're such big subjects, we thought that we would have a video for each one of them. So a healthy mind includes emotional, psychological and social well-being and is commonly referred to nowadays as mental health. A healthy mind involves the ability to manage your emotions, think clearly, cope with life challenges, and maintain healthy relationships. Like physical health, it's not about feeling good all of the time, but rather having the resilience to bounce back from difficult situations. Okay, so let's start with physical habits. Firstly, exercise. It's really important that you get yourself moving in some capacity, whether it be for 15 minutes, whether it be for half an hour in the day. You don't have to join a gym. You can join a gym if you want to, but you don't have to if you're not comfortable doing that. And you can actually exercise indoors as well. You can do seated exercises, or you can do, me personally, I'm thinking of ordering a treadmill. So I might be doing 30 minutes of exercise on a treadmill, and I could even be watching the telly while I'm doing that. So you could do that if you wanted to. It's just important to get moving, if you can do that in some capacity. It's good for your mental health, definitely, because it gets the endorphins moving in your body, and they're really, really good for your happiness. They're called the happy hormones, your endorphins. Okay, so it's really, really good to do some form of movement, and it's also very good for your joints as well.
Yeah, and exercising has there's no age limit. Anybody can exercise, and I do quite a lot of exercise at the moment. I take long walks because I think for people of my age, 70 and above, it's really important to make sure that you're keeping fit, you're keeping healthy. And as Jackie said, it doesn't have to be joining the gym or going, swimming or anything that requires you to spend money. Walking is free. It's painless. It's really therapeutic because you're one with nature. I love to walk along the river, and that is so therapeutic. I love watching the boats, the swans, the ducks floating on the water. And honestly, if you're not in a position to do these things that we're talking about, even just sitting outside and breathing in, fresh air, because we appreciate there's some people who physically may not be able to do what we are suggesting, but just sitting outside for 15, 30 minutes a day would work wonders. Just taking in the fresh air and being, one with nature. It's really important, isn't it?
It is. Just listening to the birds singing. That's so lovely to do. So
and the next thing we'd like to talk about is eating and eating a balanced diet. And I have learned that it's really important to eat with intention, and that is eating when your body needs food and not just eating because the food is there. The food just happens to be there. So you have a nice big breakfast which sets you up for the day. And I've got a lot of breakfast ideas that I could share later. And having a good breakfast. And then once you do that, you don't need to eat anything. Your body doesn't need anything for a few hours. So I would have a breakfast around maybe 9 in the morning. And then I don't need to worry about eating anything until around 3 o'clock. I have a healthy snack, and by healthy snack I mean something like a fruit and or some yogurt. Greek yogurt is the best to have, and then I don't have to worry about food until dinner time. And since I started doing that, I really there's a tremendous change in my physical health. I'm really feeling good, and I'm not exercising to look good. I'm exercising to feel good. So just to go back to that exercise thing.
Yeah, that's important, isn't it? Your diet, a good healthy breakfast. And for me personally, I try not to buy food that I'm going to be tempted by. So if I know that if it's in the cupboard, then I'm actually going to eat it, and I can't just have one biscuit. I'm going to have the whole packet. So for me, if I know I'm going to be tempted by something, I won't buy it. So it's good to have a little treat sometimes, but perhaps better to buy some fruit if you're feeling a little bit peckish between meals. Then obviously better to have some fruit there instead of a whole packet of biscuits. And
the third thing is sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep. Now that's easier said than done.
Definitely.
And I know a lot of people of all ages, not just people of our generation, but sleep is a big problem. And to a lot of people. And I'm very fortunate at the moment. I'm sleeping quite well. Obviously, I do get up to go to the loo in the middle of the night. That can't be helped, because obviously we are encouraged, and our bodies need a hydration. So we drink a lot of water during the day, and so I'm very fortunate. What about you, Jackie? What's your sleep like?
Well, I'm getting my 7 to 8 hours. They say we should have really to be healthy. And it's important to get enough sleep, because that's when we heal as well in our sleep. I think I am. The thing for me is I'm a night owl, and we're all different, aren't we? Some of us get up early and go to bed earlier. I am a night owl, so I'm tending to go to bed, would you believe, about 12:30. But I'm lucky I don't have to get up early at the moment. So they do say that the hours before midnight are the really good hours to sleep, say 10 till 12. But as long as you're getting your 7 to 8 hours, that's good. Some people are different. They might not need as much. But I think I would say a minimum of 6 hours, probably.
I think so.
Because also I think it affects your mood if you don't have enough sleep.
Oh yeah, sleep deprivation is awful.
I think
it really is.
Causes stress. It also affects your eating habits as well, actually.
Exactly.
I think if you don't have enough sleep, you do put on more weight as well. So it is really important to have enough sleep, definitely. So we've mentioned exercise there, we've mentioned diet. And sleep. One thing I didn't mention with eating as well, which I wanted to mention, is obviously sometimes when we're feeling a bit low, we might go to the cupboard, we might feed our emotions. And that's okay. But, you mentioned there that you should eat because for intention.
Yes, exactly.
So be careful when you're not feeling great. Try and do something else, perhaps, rather than just go to the fridge or the cupboard. If you've had an argument or something, it's easy to go and reach for the crisps, isn't it? Try and think of something else. Perhaps go for a walk. Sometimes a walk might make you feel better if you've had a stressful situation. A walk around the park. Might be better for you than actually going to the cupboard and grabbing a packet of crisps.
And if you live, say, in the village, where there's fresh air all around you, I really do wish I could, spend some time with my sister in her village home, because the air is fresh. The birds are always there singing. There's cows mooing in the background. Just use the fresh air. Use whatever you have to make sure that you are healthy by being outdoors or doing something to keep your body moving. It's very, very important.
Hi there. Talking about stress, which we are today, Joe and I had a bit of stress this morning because we couldn't get the remote to work for the video. So if you see Joe's hand lurching forward and back, you'll know what that is. So yeah, it's a bit ironic, isn't it, really, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're calm now. We're calm.
Yeah.
Peace.
We're laughing a bit more now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, we dealt with that. So we're looking at social and emotional practices, and if you see us looking down, we have got quite a list here of how you can cope with this. So first of all, have good connections with family, friends, and the wider community. So a lot of us live on our own now, especially if you're older, and it can get quite lonely sometimes. And I'm very guilty of perhaps not ringing. I never ask for help. That's my weakness. And it's really good to just call somebody and have a chat with them, or to connect with the local community. You might want to join a club or something. I've just started with my gospel singing again. And this week, I've had a very busy week, haven't I, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
I've actually been singing for 3 nights in a row, which is probably a bit much for 1 week, but it's, even though it's a lot, I've felt really great because I've met all my old singing friends again, and it's really lovely for me, and it's very good for my mental health there. So yeah, I would say that even if it's just to ring a friend or to organise a coffee, something as simple as that, it's really good for you in terms of your mental health. Can you think of anything else there, Joe, that you might do?
Just stay connected with family and friends. I mean, my family, my extended family are in Kenya. My siblings are in Kenya, and I make sure that I stay connected to them on WhatsApp. I speak to my sisters and my brother at least once every week.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And friends and just the wider community. Just talk to people. I always say hello to people when I'm out walking. Some people will respond, some don't, but the problem is not mine then if they don't respond. And maybe they're not in the mood to talk to anybody. You don't know what's going on in their lives. So I don't I don't rebuke them or anything. So yeah, just stay close to people. It's really, really important for your mental health.
It is really. When I was at church, pastor was saying that it's important. I couldn't do this, but to have at least 3 meals in company with someone in a week. Otherwise, you can get lonely. So yeah, I don't think I could run to that, however, but yeah, bear that in mind. Or even, like I said before, if it's just a coffee with someone. So yeah, get on the phone, get ringing those friends. And you can FaceTime as well now.
Yes, of course, yeah.
I FaceTime my brother, he's in Canada, and it's usually every few weeks, at least once a month anyway. So yeah, stay connected. That's really important. Then I've got pay attention to your thoughts and feelings. Avoid unhelpful thoughts. I've got NID written here. Negative internal dialogue. Which
negativity is not in my radar at the moment.
No.
I really try to avoid negative thoughts, negative news. You open the news and it's all this has happened here and this is happening here, and it's all negative. And I try not to watch those things anymore.
Yeah, it's easy to tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm useless at this, you know. But really, you need to look in the mirror at yourself and say, I am good enough.
Yes.
You know, I can do this.
Yeah.
And have positive thoughts about yourself,
Yes.
because positivity attracts positivity.
Exactly.
So don't let those things that are going around in your head make you feel that you can't do anything, because you can. I mean, look at us, we're here now, and we've managed, despite the technical hitches, you know, we're here talking to you now. So you know, try not to let those thoughts get you down. You know, you can flip anything, flip those thoughts and be positive. And don't let things that have happened in the past bring you down.
No.
You know, think about the future, move forward, look ahead.
Exactly.
You know, that's what you need to do. So get rid of that NID. You know, when you're thinking negatively, think, oh, NID, I've got to get rid of that. I'm going to say something positive. And if it means standing there looking in the mirror, do that and say something. Look in that mirror and say, I am gorgeous. I look amazing today. Do that. And it will make you feel better.
Yes.
Okay. We've sort of touched on this already. Spending time outdoors, engage in hobbies and therapeutic activities. So my hobby at the moment now is singing, going out and singing. When I sing, I'm in the moment. I'm learning those words, I'm learning those notes, and nothing else. I'm thinking about nothing else at that time. It's being in the now, and I think that's really healthy. Whatever's going on in the world or in my life, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just learning those notes and I'm enjoying myself. So whatever it is you like to do, if you fancy doing something, oh, I've never tried that before, you know, give it a go. Try something new, a new hobby.
Even the recorder.
I knew you were going to bring that up at some point. Yeah, a new instrument. You know, join a new group. You know, a new hobby. Try that. Therapy. You know, even I don't know if it says therapeutic activities here. You could go for a massage even, or have a facial.
Gardening.
Yeah.
I know that you know, my sister who's got a farm. She lives in the village. She does a lot of farm work, and she finds it really therapeutic. Okay, she's got farm hands, but there's certain things that she prefers to do on her own, and she feels really fulfilled doing those things. Yeah. So anything really.
Okay. Be thankful for what you have.
Oh yes.
And don't compare yourself with others. Comparison, my daughter says, is the thief of joy, and it certainly is. There's really no point to compare yourself with anyone else. We're all individual. We're all unique. We all have our own purpose in life.
Exactly.
So, you know, there is no point to be envious of anyone else.
Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own luck. And if somebody happens to come into like a lot of money and is able to build a mansion somewhere and is living a really, really good life, that is perfect. That is their journey. Okay, that is their journey. I'm not going to sit here and think, oh, I wish I was like so and so. I wish I had that big house. I wish I could drive that car. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. No, I am thankful for what I have because I know this is the best that I can do for myself. And I just get on with it. Honestly, comparing yourself with other people is not good at all.
And in being thankful and grateful, that's another positive thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can write down in a book in the morning or at the end of the day what you are actually grateful for. And then you realize how much good there is in your life, actually. You know, your friends, your family, your home, you know, your business or your job, you know, even your dog. I'm really grateful for my dog, you know.
She's good company,
Yeah,
isn't
she brings me so much joy. Just the little things, actually, they're really important. And if you make a list of them, you know, then you realize actually your health, I didn't even mention that, your health, without your health, you know,
Exactly.
we have so much to be grateful for in life. And sometimes we don't stop and think and realize, we don't think about that, you know, what we actually do have. And if we're comparing ourselves to others, that's not a helpful activity at all. So yeah, get yourself a notebook perhaps, and sit down and write it down in the morning or at the end of the day. Perhaps at the end of the day you can think, oh, what good things have happened today, you know, for me, what's been actually a good thing. If someone pays you a compliment, you could write that down, or have it, or have a little folder in the online on an email, all the good things that have happened. You know, one of my students said, I gave her a maths problem to work out my age, and when she worked it out, she went, "Oh, oh, I didn't think you were that old," she said. And she said, "I thought you looked 51," she said to me. And I thought, "Oh, that's so lovely of you." And so, you know, that's the sort of thing I might write down in a special book, like a compliment, something like that. Anything that makes you feel good about yourself.
And also just be kind. Show kindness, you know, any little thing, holding the door open for somebody. You know, like yesterday I was at the opticians and I needed to use the toilet. They didn't have one for patients, so I went next door to a cafe, and the young man doing the cooking, you know, he didn't have to, but he let me use the toilet. At first he said, you know, it's for customers only. And I said, well, I appreciate that, but if you don't mind, can I just use it? And he said, yes, okay. And, you know, I'm sure he felt really good about himself later. So anything small, anything small, just show kindness.
You know, even just smiling at somebody, it's free. And hopefully you'll get a smile back, you know. That could make somebody feel really, really good about their day.
And you know, that makes you connect to other people. So that young man, next time I go to you know, to that cafe, or you know, I'll say, you know, oh, thank you so much for what you did for me in the past. He probably won't remember, but you know, just saying thank you as well is really, really important. And the last thing in this part of our video is look after yourself. Look after yourself. Okay. And just don't be a pushover. Don't be a people pleaser all the time. You need to have the ability or the skill to be able to say no sometimes.
Definitely.
I think for a long time when I was teaching, I used to say yes a lot. And the more I said yes, the more was expected of me.
Definitely.
And it drove me to the ground. Honestly, I was so stressed. So look after yourself. And there's only one you, and you've got to look after that you.
And that happens at work, but it can also happen at home as well.
Anywhere.
Set your boundaries. It's hard at first if you are a people pleaser. It's very difficult to say no at first, and people don't like it because they're used to you saying yes, and so at first they won't like it. But you know, it's not a terrible thing to do. You know,
was Coco woken up then?
Sorry, I've got Coco sitting on my knee here, and I'm just stroking her. So
so look after yourself.
Yes, really important.
Just think to yourself, me It's me time, especially
Yeah.
for a retired person
Mm.
like myself.
Mm.
It's me time.
Yeah.
If you're younger and you still have a young family,
Mm.
still
It's important.
look after yourself.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
So that you have a healthy mind.
Yes.
Okay. So we have to learn to identify when something is really wrong and seek support when we're faced with real difficulties. So if you feel that, you know, you get up in the morning, you don't feel motivated to do anything, and you have a low mood over many, many days or weeks, then really it's maybe time to seek some help. It would be a good idea to talk to friends or family, talk it over. And if you're still not feeling in a great mood or life is getting you down, it may be good to get some kind of professional help in that respect, some counselling. I suppose first you could go to the doctor and have a chat with the doctor about it, or go and have some counselling.
I think we've both had like counseling sessions or therapy sessions. I remember when I retired in 2022, I found it really difficult to cope. And when the school started in September, and I had already signed up to start supply teaching, I had a terrible time. I just couldn't bring myself to do anything. I missed school. I missed being a full-time teacher.
Yeah.
And I felt so out of place. I felt I didn't belong anymore.
Yeah.
Because, you know, school was like a second home to me. And so not being part of that community, that school community, really took a toll on me. And yeah, I sought therapy. And so for the whole of September, I didn't do any supply teaching because I just couldn't bring myself to go and do something different, because I was so used to going to school, having a class, the responsibility of a whole class, and supporting these children throughout the day, and knowing that the following day I was going to go back to the same thing. It was really awful. And the therapy I had really helped me. And then at the beginning of October, I was able to start supply teaching, and I got into it more or less straight away. But without that therapy, I don't know what would have happened. Honestly, just seek help. It's so important. Do not be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Honestly, is it?
No,
There's
it's
nothing
not.
to be ashamed of.
No, I've had therapy on many occasions throughout my life, and it's, you know, things happen in life, don't they? Life happens, they say. Relationships break down. There may be death in the family. You know, we have things that we have to cope with throughout life. You can have therapy on your own. You can have therapy with your family as well. You can have group sessions. You can have therapy online or in person. And I know it can be quite expensive, but my last therapy session, first of all, we had, obviously you have an initial consultation, and then I had weekly sessions. And then when it was getting a bit expensive for me, we had them over every 2 weeks. So, you know, you can manage it somehow if you need it. And it's really good just to talk, you know. So it may start off by being therapy on a specific subject about something, you know, you've gone there for a specific reason. And then over time, it could be just that you're just talking on a weekly basis, and you're just talking about perhaps something that's actually happened during that week that you need to cope with. So I think it's a really good thing to do when necessary, when it gets to that point. And actually, it's a good thing to do anyway, because it's always good to talk. It's not good to keep things inside, you know. A problem shared is a problem halved, they say. So yeah, I would always recommend that. Talk to someone, talk to people you trust, and talk to professionals as well.
Yeah.
But don't keep it inside.
No,
It really won't do you any good
it
at all.
doesn't.
And actually, it even though it's a mental thing, it will have an effect on your physical life as well. So you can become
Absolutely.
ill physically
Yeah, 100%.
if you know
Yeah.
if you're feeling mentally ill as well.
Yeah.
Um,
So
that's
that's
it.
it for
That's
today,
it for
really.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching our video. We hope that
Yes, thank you.
our discussion will be useful. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section and we will address them in our next video.
Yes, and remember, you are unique and you are special, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.
Bye.